So, same as it ever was, coming back to this place?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a while since we came here, yeah?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I don't remember. It's about a year at least.
Yeah, but it's not same as it ever was, like Talking Heads.
No, it can never be. Talking Heads, one of our favorite bands. Yeah. Mr. Byrne.
Yeah, one of the earliest
One of the,
bands
yeah,
too.
and timeless stuff. And New York City. What more do you want?
Don't tell anybody. Boodee and the Lakshman did a cover of Psycho Killer.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. Okay, I'm having some Italian coffee right now.
You know, talking about bands from those days and like a lot of artworks from those days. You know, people always say like nothing like those days. I mean, which is in a way I kind of relate to, because Scorsese recently said that even film is not that.
Yeah, like it was what it was. You know, but you know what? I remember people when I was 16 years old, people saying to me, "Oh man, you know what? The bands these days, they're not like not like the Beatles." You know, and then I remember my father, I think, saying stuff like, "Oh, what these kids are listening to right now, you know, Frank Sinatra. That's where it's at." You know, so I think every generation complains.
You're right, but at the same time, there is one thing. Like, for example, if you take Sorcerer by William Friedkin.
Wow, thank you.
Oh, your
That looks
Pasta
good.
Mangiare.
Yeah, wow. Really? That's bizarre, man.
Yeah, that's because they didn't have the Parmesan.
No,
They didn't have the Parmesan.
yeah,
And they asked you.
but what the fuck? But I ordered
They said
just olive oil and where are the olives?
you know what? Don't worry about it, because Lakshman and food can't separate. Lakshman is food, so he's very sensitive to these little things, you know.
No, I mean, I ordered something, and this is not what I ordered.
Yeah.
Okay? This is
Maybe the cook's gone home.
exactly. So you know, I'm going to eat it, but they should call this pasta with olives and olive oil. This is like a vegetarian pasta or something with a whole bunch of stuff in there, some bread, you know.
I can see carrots.
Carrots. This is like
I
something
certainly
that my
not
mother
eat,
would have made.
I will certainly not eat pasta with carrots. Usually I
Yeah,
don't.
man, this is kind of weird. I mean, I don't know if it's the carrots or...
So anyway, getting back to Sorcerer, I was talking to you about Sorcerer by William Friedkin.
Oh, yeah, right.
Fabulous film with Roy Scheider and everything. So, you know, I mean, they shot it, you know, they shot it for 2 years. They made the film for 2 years, not shot for, I mean, they made the film for 2 years. Those days, that's how they made films. And you can imagine this scene where the trucks are going in on the bridge, and the bridge is basically like a swing.
Amazing movie.
Really
Amazing movie.
And that sort of movies, of course, we don't see these days. But anyway, there are other things like, you know, like Endgame.
Yeah. It's like an opera. Sort of.
Modern day.
I cried, man.
You can enjoy. So,
Yeah, because I invested heavily in those characters.
yeah, true.
When I saw Iron Man die, it was pretty serious for me. Yeah, because it was emotional. Yeah, it was emotional. If I, and you know, I'm so glad I was not the only one who was crying. Several people cried. I cried twice. I saw it 3 times. The third time, I didn't.
What do you think Larry would have thought?
Larry King or Larry David? Or Larry Bird?
David.
Yeah, Larry David. Yeah, he's a hero. Right?
He's becoming the hero now.
Yeah. He's a New York City transplant in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I mean, it's such an amazing thing,
Thinking
yeah.
how Seinfeld pops up in these things. Because Seinfeld is also from New York, right?
Yeah, you know, but that's the cool thing about New York. You know, New Yorkers can go anywhere and be at home.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
because that's the Uber city, right?
Yeah.
So New Yorkers don't have hang-ups.
No, Lakshman, you and I, we both have lived in the city for like 8-9 years in New York, Manhattan.
Yeah.
Can we still consider ourselves New Yorkers?
Absolutely. Once you're a New Yorker, and especially when we went, we were that impressionable age, right? We were not jaded adults. So we were there. We were still being formed, and New York City formed us.
Totally.
And so it's like a tattoo.
You know, it was so funny. My first time, we ran into each other. I was working as a Tower Classical clerk.
Yeah.
Tower Records classical clerk. This classical section, and I see this Indian guy with a long black overcoat coming and asking me like, do you have Shilabija? And I'm like, hey John, John knew everything. John, can you take this guy? Because he's always coming and asking me things that I don't know.
Obscure shit. No, and you know what? It's funny, but I thought you were Indian too. So I was like, yeah, right. So it's like, I suppose we're all Indians.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I was like, oh, who's this Indian guy? What's he doing in the classical section? But it's funny. I remember those days. I mean, but I'll tell you something. New York is not what it was. This is what everyone says, of course. The old timers say, "Oh, New York is nothing like it was in the '50s." Blah blah blah. But I'll tell you something. New York right now has lost something that New York always had, and that is young people, the cutting edge, bleeding edge creatives. Guys coming out of school, occupying neighborhoods like the Lower East Side, wherever. Now there's nothing like that. And that's sad.
I mean, I was living between A and B on First, and that's Lower East Side.
That's like a war zone, Those days,
Cool days.
Those were amazing days,
And we used to call our. We actually built it bare hands. There was a storefront, 185, 186, I think it was. And we built it myself, Luis Luna Matis, and Lisa Andrew, and
what was that guy?
Alexandra.
Ruben, what was that?
Rick Rowdy. No, Rick lives in, Rick, at that time, Rick was living in the Fido Dider's apartment. I mean, means like Fido Dider had lived in that apartment. The guy. No, sorry, no. Keith Haring. Keith Haring's apartment.
Keith Haring drew me something on a napkin.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
And I fucking lost it.
Oh man.
Can you imagine?
So when he had a apartment in Broome Street. So this place Rick used to. I used to hang out with Rick, and he still had some drawings there. And when Keith Haring died, I think the owner came and took some apart and things like that. And I almost made a documentary with him when he was alive. He was partly from SVA, my school. He'd been there for some time. But getting back at what I was saying, in Lower East Side and. My roommates, Luis Luna Matis from Colombia and Alexandra Miloslava from Sweden and Lisa Andrew and Long Ping Chen. Long Ping Chen, he was, he carves things from books. He makes books into sculptures. So we build it ourselves. And then we used to call it the Cathedral of Erotic Miseries.
Oh wow! Okay. Typical. Where was Spencer during all this? Was he there?
Spencer was my roommate in between C and D, and that was 3rd Street. And
You needed a
Tunick-
flak jacket to go there.
Spencer Tunick, myself, we had a living room with a pool table, and that time in Lower East Side having a
Pool table.
pool table was like
Wow.
a dream, you know.
Yeah.
And it was so fun.
Amazing.
It was really fun. And Spencer had a scooter. Spencer had a scooter, but once these people have set fire to it, in the night we went there.
Typical. That's normal.
Oh, you know what? The funny thing is, in front of our apartment was the living theater. And Nurakin Cafe.
Right. Yeah. The poetry. Yeah.
Nurakin Cafe was about half a block away.
Great places.
So that's what I'm saying. Those days,
That-
the culture was fabulous.
Now that's no longer. It's hard to. Brooklyn's gone too.
Really?
Queens, anyway, nothing ever happened in Queens. The Bronx, I don't know.
Queens, you're from Eastern Europe.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the sad thing is that New York is like one big giant Walt Disney right now. Right? I mean, it's like Disneyland.
You know, one thing I like about New York is when Susan Sontag was alive, she used to walk in to Tower Classical
Wow.
and all basically, oh, that's very loud. I think this cleaning thing is going on there, yeah. They're cleaning the road. Yeah, they're cleaning the road. So, when Susan Sontag used to walk in, everybody basically disappears, especially guys. Especially guys, right? And I was, I had my little Indian accent, like howdy partner, Boodee Namna, but she was so nice to me because she knew I was not from America, and I was like, this employee who's from like a, third world country, I don't know, whatever. But she was very nice to me.
PC.
Yes, it was so nice, and everybody used to hide, except me.
Firebrand. Like Camille Paglia.
Camille Paglia, of course.
All those
I
New York,
love her writings,
New York,
yeah. And also,
luminaries.
all my friends, like Oname, you met Oname.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
she's-
Barnes and Nobles, the Starbucks.
Yeah, I mean, the whole concept of reading books and having coffee.
Sure. Yeah.
And I miss
Thank you.
the bookstore in
What, Strand?
not
Oh, where?
Strand.
Oh, no, the ones on St. Mark's.
No, yeah, the one that Woody Allen used in his
What movie? The bookstore?
that bookstore, the
Where?
bookstore.
What the?
Was it St. Mark's bookstore?
I don't know, man. But there was a
This,
big.
they have burned this whole thing. I can't.
You can break your teeth.
Yeah.
There's a
St.
lot.
Mark's
There's a lot.
bookstore.
Ah, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
St. Mark's.
Oh, St. Mark's Comics. I remember that. Huh? But I do remember St. Mark's books, along with Theatre 80. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
No longer.
Was it? What pizza was in Stromboli?
Stromboli's.
Stromboli's
It's still there though. That was actually legally my first pizza. Technically, not legally. Technically, my first real New York City pizza was at Stromboli's. 75 cents a slice.
I love those slices. No.
Yeah, none of the blue cheese and rocket and all that kind of crap. It's
No
just,
bullshit.
yeah,
Just slice.
just
Maybe you'll put some
cheese.
pepper on it.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Oregano, maybe some
Yeah.
chili flakes.
Chili flakes. And they really burnt mine. It's really burnt for my soup. mushroom soup.
Oh boy. Alright, well, you know.
So anyway,
So
Lakshman,
we're here now in Colombo. And well, you know, I have a million problems with this joint, but I also like it. Yeah,
oh,
pretty much like New York City. Million problems, but I like it.
you know the Cafe Mogado, Jaffa. Jaffa was one of my favorite places. I love the interior. You know, Jaffa was like totally.
And on A, the Polish joint,
Sidewalk, no,
you know, Weselka,
Salka and Odessa.
Odessa. Wow.
I think I had my breakfast those days was like $1.25 or something like that.
I used to have $1 breakfast, two eggs, some bread, coffee for $1. Yeah. I mean, you know,
Well, Tompkins Square Park is not the same anymore.
never. That's like a kiddie's park. Yeah. I mean, when I was growing up, Tompkins Square Park was like a SEAL Team 6 training ground. I mean, you know, it was dangerous. I mean, bona fide dangerous, right? And this is during the daytime. Forget about night. I mean, no one ever went to Tompkins Square Park, you know, after the sun went down. I mean, you just asking.
You remember that incident that one homeless guy he used to be friends with a dancer from, because my friend Camila, Calabrese, Camila used to know this girl. And I think Camila was also from Sweden, and this girl was also from somewhere from Scandinavia. And she had invited this homeless guy to have a meal or something. Next thing they found, the guy came back and gave a soup to everybody, and then they found a few days later,
Cannibals.
that the whole apartment was stinking, and then they found the whole bones and everything of that girl.
Well, that's kind of New York, right? That's a New York story.
That's a New York story, but New York has good side to it.
New York is New York is an extreme joint, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're gonna make soup, this is one way of doing it. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
You know,
let's stop it at the note of going to Angelica for a film.
oh man,
Oh, Squad.
yeah. Quad. So many cool memories
Yeah.
of quad. You know.
So Lakshman, it's kind of time for me to cut out.
Okay.
So let's hook up another time and for another episode of our little memories.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
Absolutely.
I'll try to listen to same as it ever was on my way down. Oh, I'll tell you the time I met David Byrne at Tower Records.
Oh, really? Wow. Man.
Yeah.
Was he wearing an oversized jacket?
I was talking to my friend about Dune, and we were talking about this director's cut by David Lynch.
Man.
And then there was this tall guy standing next to him because I was running the cashier at that time. And he was like, I hated the director's cut.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm looking at this guy, and that's
it's
definitely
like,
David Byrne of Talking Heads.
Oh, that's
and I'm a big fan,
amazing,
and
right?
I'm like, you can't
Only
say
in New York.
Yeah, and you're like,
Only.
yeah, I didn't like writing. Then I was trying to be so cool, and I asked, so did you make any new movies after True Stories? Well, I tried last year.
Wow.
I tried this year too, but I'll try next year as well.
Wow.
That was his answer.
That's
And
so
I was like,
cool.
wow, you know, this great musician, director, actor, whatever you call, like,
Blase, yeah.
very cool.
Only
So-
in New York, yeah.
Yeah. So gotta
Yeah.
hit road, Lakshman.
Okay, man.
Talk to you
We'll
tomorrow.
see you tomorrow.
Okay. Ciao, ciao. Take it away, Howard. like Woody Allen says.
Yeah.